Hi everyone and welcome back to HomeHeadChef. Today we're going to be making bread and butter pickles. Making homemade pickles is a fantastic way to use cucumbers from your garden or from a local farmer market. It's really not that hard to do. It does take a little bit of time, but it's totally worth it. So let's step up to the cutting board and see what we do. Now before we get started on making the brine and everything for the pickles, we're going to want to pull out as much moisture from the cucumbers as we possibly can. And for that we are going to need 3 pounds of cucumbers sliced about 1/4 of an inch thin. We're also going to use 1 medium-sized sweet onion sliced very thin and 1/4 cup of salt. All we're going to do is take a colander inside a large bowl, just like that. We're going to throw in our cucumbers and our onions. Make sure these are broken up and separated. And give them a little toss together just like that. We're going to take the salt, we're going to cover it, toss this all together. And this is going to start to pull all the moisture out of the onions and the cucumbers. Now, we're going to let this sit covered for about 1 hour to 2 hours, or until we get a lot of that liquid taken out of there. Our cucumbers and onions have sat for about 2 hours with the salt on them. Give them a shake. Look at all that excess liquid. Now what we're going to want to do is take these and run them under cold water and wash off all that excess salt. Once we've rinsed the cucumbers, we're going to line a baking sheet with paper towels. And we're going to dump our cucumbers and onions on them. We're going to space these out and we're going to pat them dry real quick with some paper towels. And we're going to let them sit there and get rid of that excess moisture from us rinsing them off. And while we do that, we're going to check out the rest of the ingredients we need to make the pickling solution. The rest of the ingredients that we need for our brine is we need 2 cups of white vinegar, 1/2 cup of water, 1 cup of white sugar, 2 tablespoons of mustard seed, 1 teaspoon of celery seed, and 1 teaspoon of turmeric. All we're going to do is take all of our ingredients and put them into a medium-sized pot. We're going to put this over a medium heat and we're going to bring it up to a boil. Not a boil, a simmer. We're going to bring it up to a simmer or until all the sugars have dissolved. Our brine mixture is done. We're going to set this aside and let it cool down just a little bit. And we're going to start packing our cans full of our cucumbers and our onions. We have nice clean jars here. We're just going to take our cucumbers and our onions, place them in our jar. We're going to fill this up till there's about 1 inch of room at the top of the jar. Our jars are full with our pickles. Keep calling them pickles. They're cucumbers. They're not quite pickles yet. All we're going to do is ladle our brine into each jar until they are full. Then we're going to put a lid on them. We're going to store them in the fridge overnight just to let that flavor really seep in there. These are good in your fridge to up to a month, as long as they're in an airtight container. Now, like I said, I'm going to let these sit overnight and then I'm going to get a taste. So I'll see you guys. For me, it's going to be overnight. It will be tomorrow morning, but for you, it will be just a few seconds. Homemade bread and butter pickles are that easy. Now I let mine sit overnight to let that flavor develop, but you can eat them within 2 hours. Now if you put these in an airtight container, they'll last for about a month in your fridge. Let's get a taste. Oh yeah, it's definitely well pickled. That's really good. It's sweet. There's a little bit of tang from the vinegar. It's a fantastic bread and butter pickle. Hope you enjoyed this video. If so, hit that thumbs up button. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe. If you're interested in the outdoors, I also have an outdoor channel. I'll drop a link for that in the description. Thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next one.